Welcome back to Unlocking Love's Sacred Secrets. If you're just joining us, make sure to rewind and start from part 1. Each episode builds on the last, unveiling crucial details that you won't want to miss. Dive into the series from the beginning for a complete journey into the heart of love's mysteries. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you won't miss a single revelation. Continuing the revelation of love's flow from above, we transition to the Messianic writings, or New Testament. The symphony of love crescendos in the life and teachings of Jesus. In Matthew 11:28-30, Jesus extends an invitation to all burdened souls, promising rest. This act of invitation and comfort exemplifies the loving provision inherent in the relationship between God and man. The epistles further amplify the depth of God's affection. In Romans 5:8, a cherished passage, we learn how God expresses his own love toward us, in that while we were yet sinners, Christ died for us. His sacrifice on the cross is the ultimate expression of love, an action that transcends human comprehension, exemplifying the divine love that flows from God to man. Inspired by the Spirit, Paul beautifully articulates the enduring nature of God's love in Romans 8:38 and 39. Nothing, neither height nor depth, nor anything else in all creation, can separate us from the love of God. This promise reinforces the permanence of God's affection and protection in our lives. In our quest to understand this divine symphony, we acknowledge that the flow of love is not a one-way street. It is reciprocal, inviting, even anticipating our response. The Torah connects God's love to obedience in Deuteronomy 6:3, telling us we should listen and be careful to do his instructions, to verse 5, instructing us to love the Lord our God with all our heart, all our soul, and all our strength. Obedience becomes the harmonious melody that ascends from humanity to God, proving our love for him. In John 14:15, Jesus emphasizes the inseparable connection between love and obedience, stating, "If you love me, keep my commandments." This reciprocal love, where our actions align with God's will, forms the ascending current that completes the divine circuit of love between God and man. As we delve into this exploration, let us reflect on the divine symphony of love orchestrated across the pages of Scripture. Revealed not as a mere sentiment, but as a dynamic, life-altering force flowing down from divine authority, offering protection, provision, and affection. Our response, an ascending melody of obedience and submission, completes the harmonious dance, forging an unbreakable bond with the divine. Digging into the timeless teachings in 1 Corinthians 11, we witness the divine expression of God's love cascading down to humanity in his perfect order. The Psalms unveil God as a shield, a fortress of protection. Psalm 91:4 beautifully illustrates this, depicting God's wings as a shelter that provides refuge and guards against life's storms. Moreover, the provisionary nature of God's love echoes through Genesis 22:14, where Abraham, in profound trust, acknowledges the Lord as the ultimate provider. Affection, the gentle current in this divine flow, eloquently portrayed in Zephaniah 3:17, God rejoices over his people with singing, revealing a profound and personal connection. This harmonious blend of protection, provision, and affection in the Torah and prophets lays the groundwork for understanding the multifaceted nature of God's love. As we transition to 1 Corinthians 11, Paul further elucidates the dynamics of this divine love, guiding us in comprehending the intricacies of God's interaction with humanity. Through these scriptural revelations, we discover that God's love is not abstract. It is a tangible force, manifesting as a shield, provision, and a deeply affectionate presence in our lives. In a profound counterbalance, love ascends from humanity to the divine, forging a reciprocal relationship with God. This upward flow of love is encapsulated in the profound act of obedience, submission of our will to his expressed desires for us. As we explore the Scriptures, the resounding call to love God through obedience emerges as a prevailing theme, echoing through the whole of Scripture. The essence of our love reaching upward is encapsulated in Deuteronomy 6:5, a foundational command. Love the Lord your God with all your heart and with all your soul and with all your strength. This directive unveils the synergy of love and obedience, emphasizing the totality of being submitted to God. It is through this devoted obedience that we join the symphony of divine love as one of the musicians, allowing our actions to harmonize with God's will as the conductor directing our collective performance. In the Messianic writings, Jesus himself reinforces the indissoluble connection between love and obedience in John 14:15, declaring, "If you love me, keep my commandments." This call is not a mere request, but an invitation to participate actively in the reciprocal dance of love between humanity and divinity. Our obedience is the ascending melody that resonates in the heavens, a tangible expression of our love for God. As we grasp the significance of our love flowing upward through obedience, we recognize that it is the catalyst for the divine provision, protection, and affection flowing down from God. This interdependence creates a sacred circuit where the divine and mortal currents of love meet and intertwine. The provisionary nature of God's love, portrayed in Genesis 22:14, and the protective wings of God, as illustrated in Psalm 91:4, are not isolated gestures, but responses to the sincere, obedient love emanating from our humanity. John reaffirms this reciprocal relationship in 1 John 5:3, stating, "For this is the love of God, that we keep his commandments, and his commandments are not burdensome." Our obedience, rooted in love, becomes a joyful response to divine guidance, ensuring that the love that flows down from God remains an active, transformative force in our lives. The upward flow of our love through obedience is not merely a duty, but a sacred submission to the conductor in the divine symphony of love. It is the key that unlocks the cascading currents of provision, protection, and affection from God. As we actively engage in this reciprocal exchange, may our love resonate upward, creating a harmonious dance with divinity, and may the echoes of this divine symphony resonate throughout our lives. As we conclude today's exploration of love's sacred secrets, we invite you to return next week for another captivating chapter. If you've missed any episodes, catch up now to ensure you're fully immersed in the unfolding story. Your continued presence enriches this journey. We can't wait to share more with you in the upcoming installment. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you won't miss a single revelation. Until then, stay curious and keep unlocking love's mysteries with us.